Cool. Look at that. We're live.
We're live. Yay.
We're still here. We're live. And I think we're still here. And who are you again?
The Bo one, the cold one, John Cold Rice Lawson. And yes, I'm in a different location.
Are you in Canada?
Yeah, exactly. With bad connectivity and bad lighting.
I'm Brent Leary, and I'm still here.
Yeah,
We're all still here, folks. I think.
kind of. Mm, Kind of.
Hey, it's Friday. It's Friday afternoon. Uh, Man, it's almost 80 degrees here on November the 8th here in Atlanta, Georgia. And yeah, my equipment is working. Internet is working. Yeah, we're here. Are you guys there? Are you here? Did you make it through? Let us know.
People are tripping.
What
People are
have you had a
wrong.
lot of people to talk with about the
No,
aftermath?
no. And I've kind of not talked too much, you know. So this will be my first time actually talking publicly about it for whatever it's worth. Who
Well,
cares?
we had a bit of a gated kind of conversation earlier today.
Yeah, that was really cute.
Yeah,
That was a cute. That was a cute conversation.
it was definitely very carefully
Everybody
framed.
danced. Everybody
Ev-
danced around it
Everybody, it was framed.
because that's more of a business talk. It's not personal. This is personal. Damn it!
Oh,
It's
okay, we're
like no,
getting
I'm teasing.
personal here.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
come on.
would you care to
Oh, we lost.
we're live, man.
Yeah, we lost. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Get over it.
Yeah. Are
Get
people?
over
Are
it.
you finding people having a hard time?
Some people are, and I get it. See, one of the things is I don't have a uterus, so it is not quite as, you know, devastating, I think, for me as it is for others. Uh,
What
and
Facebook user? We don't know who you are. So,
yeah, please tell us who you are so
oh,
we know.
boarding a plane. I wonder if that's
We're in a plane
Ramon.
soon. Okay, see you.
Let us know if it's you, Ramon.
So, you know, um,
Oh, it
that's
is Ramon. He was at he hosted Black Men Excel. Oh, I would love to know if they were talking about this there.
yeah, well, yeah, whatever. I bet he wasn't.
Okay, catching strays already. This is gonna be all right. So you were saying, yeah, you don't have the uterus, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's very personal. But
Yeah.
a friend of mine definitely brought up that he's going to have a very detailed conversation with his college-bound son on what states he should probably think about not going to college in.
Wow,
And
really?
never really thought about that. But one night of college cool craziness, and all of a sudden you're stuck. So it's like it's time to have these discussions because it's about to get serious. You know, it's
Well,
serious.
that's gonna be very limiting, considering
Um,
how many states he won. So
well, I mean, the deal is if he's true to his word, which is kind of never, he's pretty much a liar. But I mean, if he's true to his word, then it will be like he says. He'll leave it in the hands of the states, and if that's the case, then
so you got New York, you got California.
yeah, Hold on a second. Hold on one second. Hold that.
I'm holding that thought. We're holding that thought as we go into the afterworld. Well, not quite that bad. You know, we're doing a little bit of analysis, a little bit of I don't know
Okay.
if we're
Sorry
just
about
getting some
that,
things
bro.
off our chest. No,
I had
that's
to
all right.
answer that because that's my
Yeah,
mom's door. But
absolutely.
anyway, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. So wow, I hadn't even thought about. You got to be careful about what colleges you go to.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have that discussion if you think about it. But I mean, there's so many downstream impacts, that your stupid, desire to exert your will on other people has. It's just ridiculous, And here I am right now, If you think about it, I don't know anybody. I don't know. I don't know if I want to get totally into it, but I don't know if my father was born in 1937. Okay, and his tombstone reads 1937 to 2020. It doesn't read, 1936 when he was conceived to 2020. Life begins when you're pushed out. Okay. And if that's the case, then, this is ridiculous. And another thing is, I'm dealing right now with a sickly person. We have parents, we have people that are ill and things like that. And then you start wondering, if somebody ends up in a hospital and they're brain dead, but they still have a heartbeat, they got to live forever? No. You're like, no, brain dead. They're pretty much, we can make a decision, right? But now you're going to have a heartbeat law. When in the hell did the heartbeat ever determine life? Life without awareness. It's ridiculous.
But
So
if
anyway,
you have
that's my 2 cents.
but if you have like a will, or what do they call those things?
Yeah, a living will.
Yeah, so that
Or the five.
in case you become incapacitated, follow
here's
these.
what I want to do. Yes.
That's still
Exactly.
Isn't that still the case though?
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It's like, if
Okay.
that's still the case on this end, why is that not the case on the other end? Make it make sense.
No, there's no making sense of some of this stuff.
Okay. So anyway, that's one of the things. That's just one of the things.
Oh, so
The
where
other
you
thing,
at?
of course, where
Go
am I
ahead.
at? What do you mean? What?
No, I was going to ask you, are you surprised at anything that took place?
No, I'm not surprised. You know what? I'm happy on several levels. I'm happy that he won the popular vote so far,
Okay.
because I think that's important. Had he not won the popular vote and still won, there would be, a lot of some drama. The other part, I'm happy somewhat that the losers are not whiny ass bitches like they were in 2020. Okay, so the whiny ass bitches, we won't have to see that more than likely on, January, what is it, 16, whatever the hell the date is, 21st.
Well,
So anyway, okay.
right.
I get to unload.
Are you sure you're done?
No, I'm not really done, but I had a friend of mine, right? And we go back and forth, and I knew he was a Trump supporter. And so I saw his number on the phone around 11 a.m. the next day.
Ouch.
And I picked up the phone. I was like, I'm going to tell you right now, do not call the gloat, because I want to unload on somebody's ass, and yours will be that. And he laughed, and we laughed. I mean, the
Well,
deal
that's good.
is,
That's good that you're able to laugh at that.
I am able to laugh. I'm not as vested, because we talked about this last week. I wasn't as vested in, the winner in terms of, if it were Kamala, I wasn't as vested in her as a leader. I just didn't want him to win, but he did end up winning, so it is what it is. But I don't feel like, oh my God, I lost.
Yeah.
It's a little different than that first time.
Yeah. Well, the first
I've
time
been here, done that.
Shock.
Yeah,
like, nobody
exactly.
really thought he was going to win the first time around.
Well, yeah, exactly. That was a little bit of shock, right?
Yeah.
But I think the biggest shock for me was the day of. I was a big boy, put on my big boy panties, and I congratulated all my friends. Like, congratulations, y'all won, and hopefully we'll have a united front, and we'll come together. Blah 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 blah. And of course, that completely did not happen. So I was invested in the disappointment of the whiny ass bitches. So that was my big problem. Gosh, I'm all on it today, man.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm actually kind of surprised. You're not like it isn't coming out venomous. It's just like it is what it is, right?
Yeah, it is what it is. Because, I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it's always been. I don't know when the whiny ass bitch became a actual way to respond. I just, so I was telling a friend of mine, I was like, well, one good thing is we don't have to duck bullets today. So remember I was
What?
telling you
Yeah,
about that,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I mean, we'll see where it goes. I know where it's going to go. That's the other thing too. He's not going to surprise me. Like he really surprised me last time.
Oh,
Now I
really?
know what I'm going to get.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised the last time either. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
do.
really thought he would grow into the office, but he has no ability to grow. So
When
I
you're
get it
that
now.
age, you are what you are. You ain't
Yeah, it
changing.
has nothing to do with age.
Well, for you are what you are. At this, you're all full baked by the time you're that age. You ain't gonna be changing a whole bunch.
Another thing is I don't hate on winners, and he's a winner.
You don't hate on winners.
No, I'm not a hater on winners.
That's
And I
interesting.
mean, literally, the dude is a winner. You can't even, I mean, look at his track record. I mean, give me a break. I mean,
Well,
I got to respect that.
this time around, because I look at the popular vote.
Yeah.
So let's do this. Uh, when he won in 2016, he was I think Hillary got about 3 million more votes than he did, something like that, somewhere
Hmm.
around there.
Right.
And then in 2020, I think Biden got 81 million and he got about 74. So 74, he was 7 million less. So the first two times, he didn't even win the popular vote both times.
Right.
This time around, and I'm saying this for a certain reason. I believe he got roughly about the same amount this year that he got in 2020, about 74 ish. If I'm not mistaken, Kamala got 66 or 67 or something like that. So
So she
think about this.
underperformed.
So he didn't really do
No,
any
she
better.
underperformed.
I'm guessing there's a reason why she underperformed. And some of it has to do with she didn't really get a chance to fully run
Right.
3 months in,
Absolutely.
and there's definitely a probably a good segment of the population that just never even heard of her before, because yeah, she's the vice president, but she was like,
Yeah.
vice president are like basically AWOL,
Yeah.
or maybe just they're just absent, not without leave, they're just absent.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people who literally just learned about her like 3 months ago. So and if you don't know that
Well, I
person,
mean, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
well, come on. She was the vice president. I mean,
yeah, but a
it
lot of
ain't
people
like you
didn't
just
know her.
didn't know who she was.
Yeah, but Trump has been on TV,
Let me
and
ask you a question. Do you know her now?
I knew her pretty well before all this. I knew
Hmm.
she was an attorney general. I knew she went to Howard University. I knew
Oh,
she was,
okay. I know who she is,
yeah,
but
I
I'm
knew
saying, do
she.
you know her?
I know her about as good as I've known any politician, I guess.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't feel like I,
Wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. Back in 2007, did you know Barack Obama?
yes, yeah,
You
way
thought you know
more.
him pretty well? I knew him for
I
one thing. I knew him for the
for
speech in
for the
20
speech, right?
2004. That's it. I didn't
Right.
know anything more about him.
Right. Right. However, when he sat down and had interviews, I learned about him.
Wait a minute. What is this showing the live?
No,
What?
it's just some junk. I got rid of it.
Oh, okay, good. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
What
But I
matches?
mean, when he sat down and did his interviews and things like that, you learn more about the man and where he
Yeah,
stood.
but you're just learning. You didn't know much more than what you saw him talk about. I mean, I
Right. But
don't.
I'm saying, man, when I heard her talk, I didn't learn about her.
I don't.
That was
You
my
know
biggest
what?
problem.
That was your. I don't know if that was a problem, but when 15 million people who voted for one Democrat don't vote for the other Democrat.
That's the
There's
problem.
there's something there. I have some
She
thoughts.
didn't look, bro.
She
You
ran about
remember?
as good as the campaign as you could for 3 months.
I don't think so. I
What
don't
what
think so.
what did she do?
She
that
started doing interviews, and she sucked at interviews.
I don't recall her really sucking at interviews.
Oh,
I
she
mean,
sucked. She sucked. She sucked.
okay. I don't recall
Dude,
seeing her fall flat on her face or anything.
I'm
like
not
that.
saying she fell flat on her face. She just did not deliver. She didn't deliver. I'm sorry. Look, man, look, okay. They turned that one question into when she I remember the morning because I don't watch that show, when she was on The View, right?
I
And
don't
I
watch
went
it
to
at all.
YouTube, right? And I went to YouTube, and somebody had this thing up as like, Kamala answers this question, and
Oh,
then of
what would she
course,
do differently than Biden or something like that?
right. And as soon as I heard her answer, I'm like, what the fuck? What are you doing? That is the dumbest answer I've ever heard.
So that one answer was what made 15 million people not vote
I
for her?
think that answer put doubt in a lot of people's mind, and then it became one of the most played commercials. Oh my gosh. You just don't want to give the other, it's like an interception. You don't want to give the person the ball in the red zone.
Yeah, see, this is where I
And I just felt
this,
like that
this
was
is
a
where I
bad
get
one.
really frustrated because that to me, compared to all the stuff that he did and said, not even
But you are,
not even
that's what I'm
comparable.
saying.
Not even comparable.
But you know him.
But still, like I said, he got the same amount of votes. It's not like he got a whole he went up in the vote count. This is all about her in terms of why did she lose 15 million? And that answering
Oh,
that
okay.
one question, I don't get that making the big difference.
I'm not going to say it made.
Can we
the
just be
big
honest
difference.
about some of the major reasons
Oh,
why?
yeah. Okay. Well, she has a uterus.
Woman of color. Woman of color. I mean, we don't have to do a whole lot of soul searching here.
Yeah. I don't know the color had a whole lot to do with it either.
Oh,
I
I
think
think
the
it had
woman had a whole lot to
something.
do with it.
Mm.
Slight.
Well, I think it did. Well, let's put it like this. There's somebody put a graphic out there, and it said like voting by gender, right? And I think it broke it down by race. So it was like Trump won white men like 59-39 or something like that.
Wait, was this a red and blue graph?
Yeah, right.
That was only Georgia. That was not national.
Are you sure? Because
Yeah,
the
I'm
person I got
positive.
it from was not from Georgia.
Yeah, but I'm saying that was put out and then it went around the web as if that was a national, but it was actually a Georgia numbers.
Okay, well that.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I know what you're talking about.
I have to check because that to me
Double
explains
check
quite a bit.
Do some research on that poll, and it came out that was just Georgia's numbers. But maybe I'm wrong too. You do your, because of course,
because
we all get our information from the web.
Yeah,
but it came out very quickly.
I wouldn't be surprised at
it's pretty.
all.
It's pretty important.
Yeah, where she got killed by Trump in the white male vote. She lost the white female vote by like 52-47 or something like that. She was going to win the black female vote 92-7 or something like that.
Yeah, she won the black male vote.
Black male is 78-20, which is a pretty significant fall off from the black female.
That's why I say it's not about color. That was about sex.
I think it was partially about sex, but I also think there was some irrational hate too. Like for some reason, there's a certain number of black men hated her because of her being a district attorney in California and prosecuting.
That's why she didn't make it the first time.
And I didn't. So let me ask you this. This is really fascinating. So why is the Fannie Willis, who is the DA in Fulton County, she like ran away winning her race, and black men didn't seem to have a problem voting for her. But why is it the case that Kamala, who was a DA and attorney general in California, and they were killing her?
Yeah.
What's the where's the? I don't understand why one they have the same job,
well,
and they're prosecuting black men in both places, I'm sure. But one got all the votes and another one got all the grief.
Well, I mean, you're doing a state vote versus a national. I don't know how Fannie would do, nationally either. Who knows?
No, I mean, I'm just thinking like with black men in particular, not everybody, but because that Fulton County like finally got like 90% of the vote or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
And Kamala definitely didn't get that.
But I mean, that was Kamala's issue. But again, that's what I'm saying. That was the issue with her running in 2020. That was the reason why she didn't even make it past like 3, cycles of she was off the stage before we got down to the top choices. So,
well, Clyburn kind of said, came in and gave his endorsement to Biden, and that kind of ended everything.
Yeah, but she was already out of the race.
Was she already out of it by then?
I'm pretty sure, man. She was out of the race pretty early. She was out of the race.
She was catching
but we could go back. But I remember,
but she was catching strays from black men. Like back then.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Because she was prosecuting criminals who happen to be black people.
So I'm saying, if that was an issue, then why wouldn't you have an answer for it now?
Well, it seemed like she did have an answer, but there's some people, and this. There are some people that just don't want to hear anything. They made up their mind on the first blush, and you can't. I mean, come on. But I just found that so curious as to why did they hate her so much?
I don't know.
And she was like, she went to Howard. I mean, it's almost like. It's almost like they didn't like that she was a black woman who was
successful, smart.
Maybe there was something about her who she married that they didn't like as well. I don't know.
Maybe a sense of that. Maybe, I don't know. I'm married to a white man. I don't give a shit what you think.
You ain't running for office either.
Look, bro, I guarantee you, if I was running for office, we would have that conversation.
Oh yeah, you would face that, unfortunately.
That's what I'm saying. It's like all the things that she could have taken. And so for me, that was all encompassed in that one answer.
That was all encompassed in that one
Absolutely. As opposed to dealing with the situation directly, she just cowed out. And I mean, come on. The way she's like, there's nothing I could actually think. I'm like, real? That was the best.
That was not the best answer. But you couldn't expect her to go, well, I got a list of things I do different.
No, that's not what I would expect her to do. What I would expect her to do is like, look, I'm the vice president. That is my president. That is my boss. I'm going to support him and his policies because I'm the vice president. Now, the deal is when I work for people, I do what the people say. When I become the boss, I do what I say. So there are going to be differences between what I do and what she do. She finally did.
Yeah.
Right. But what I'm saying is, instead of being transparent, she wasn't she
should have been ready for that question.
Exactly. So she's like, oh, I didn't study for this question, so I'm not going to answer it. And I'm like, bro, that just.
But once again, I don't think that one question was so terrible.
No, it's probably, but for me, it was.
Well, for you, but yet
for me, that became honestly, that became the beginning of the momentum stopping.
The thing I think really hurt her, particularly with black men.
What do you think?
That commercial that they were running with the Breakfast Club guys, where they kept repeating like she was okay with
transgender prisoners.
yeah, getting like surgeries or something.
Yeah.
And they kept and those guys, that was
They
like
did a
before,
remix on that commercial.
yeah, and that was before she sat down with them, I think. And
No,
it's,
it was like the day of.
well,
That's what I'm saying. That
she wasn't
commercial,
in those. She wasn't in the commercial. There
that
was those two
commercial.
just talking amongst themselves.
No.
The one
Well,
I'm
I
saying,
mean,
it was Charlemagne and whatever that dude, his
yeah,
co-host.
yeah, yeah. The
It
two
was them
hosts.
talking about it, and like
Right, but then they would
Charlemagne
cut to
said it.
her saying,
No, that was not the same commercial I saw. It was just them
uh,
two,
okay.
and they were like, "She's gonna do what?" Or she's okay
I'm
with
not
that.
down with that with my tax dollars.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and they
mean,
kept
well,
running that into the ground.
bro. I think you need to go back. Well, you can't go back. But anyway, the deal was
I've
there was
seen
that
her. I've seen the commercial that you're talking about, where her
right
on stage with I
with
guess
this
it was
with a
a
transgender
trans.
person talking about
Yeah,
transgender.
that commercial was I saw that too, but there was one with just Charlemagne and the other
Right,
guy.
but I'm saying when they took the two commercials and mixed them together,
Oh, I didn't see the
that's
mix together.
yeah, that
I just
one
saw the
was
two.
pretty powerful. But again, you know, uh, cannon fodder. I mean, if that was an issue, I think did he ask her about that? I didn't listen to the interview.
Did he ask her? I didn't listen to none of this stuff. I'm sorry.
Well, that's what I'm
I
saying. I'm
wasn't
like that.
my whole thing was not I'll be the first to admit, um I of course I voted for, but I wasn't emotionally attached like you were saying. Um my emotional attachment was to the anti other side, not the
Yeah, just
pro
not
her
me too.
side.
Me too.
So I
All right, go
I
down
don't
your
have much.
list. Let's move off of black men. So that was part of it. What was the next part? You had
Oh,
white women,
oh,
and then
Latino
Latinos.
men. It was like
Huge.
but it was only men. It was 54-44 Trump for the Latino men, and 61-37 Kamala for the Latino women.
And what did you see what it was before for Biden for Latino men?
Oh, well, it was even Hillary won Latino men.
Latino men, like bigly.
Yeah, like they were all bigly, but yeah, and like I said, I'm sure a certain percentage of those men that voted for Trump over her, certain percentages they don't know who she is, and then of course I think a certain percentages, and they wouldn't vote for a woman
A woman.
regardless of who
That's
she
what I'm
is.
saying. So it wasn't about her race.
I think it was mostly about her being a woman, but
Yeah,
there's
I
also
think
you
so.
can't. I don't think you can dismiss. There's also a certain percentage. I don't know how big or how small that the woman of color thing plays into it. So yeah,
Yeah,
she had a lot going against her, you
I
know.
know. But she
And
didn't have what Hussein as a middle name. I mean, come
well, all right. So he is a once in a generational talent.
on. Yeah, I hope not.
You
I
know.
hope
Let me
not.
ask you that. Let me ask you this. Not to think that this will ever happen. But if Michelle Obama had run, do you think she could have won?
I think she would have kicked his butt.
Now, okay, so tell me why. Because I think you're right. I just like to hear why you think.
Yeah. Well,
Some people have natural talent with this stuff.
she has natural, and you know what? She has the capability of rallying up the masses, and Kamala does not have that. I think that's one of the things that's missing. So you
How
can
many
be
people
on the
have what Michelle and Barack that they have? I can't think of too many other people that have that level of
right.
charisma,
Yeah,
that can hold an audience in the palm of their hand
yeah.
and just have them jumping out of there. I don't know of anybody else. Trump is not that. He has some other stuff, but he
No,
don't
he's a
have that.
comedian. He's a
Yeah,
comedian. He's a good
yeah,
stand-up.
yeah. But
You know.
those two right there, people will go to the mattresses for those folks, and
Yeah,
and it's and that's why when they broke her out, most people are going to see her. Let's be honest.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, but she delivers. It's like you're hyped. I mean, just remember. Oh, come on, bro. You remember seeing her
What do
at
you mean?
Yeah, well, you see, you forgot.
What, a HubSpot?
At
Or
HubSpot, right?
oh, people were
That
hyped
room,
up.
right? That room was so electric. And then when she got out there, she delivers. You didn't walk out saying, she's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's not like she does these magic tricks or anything, but yeah, she just delivers. She inspires,
Yeah, that's
and
it.
I
I think
just,
that's a good word. Inspire.
inspiration. I didn't get a lot of, I got it from her, Kamala's speech at the, convention. I think she inspired. And I never felt that after that one speech.
Well, one thing though, when it comes to like Michelle, her speeches are always on the inspirational side. They're not
They are. Because
actual.
she has the
They're
ability
not
to do that.
policy speeches. They're
Right.
not. But when you run for office, you
You
do have
do.
to do that stuff. So she's never really had to do that.
Yeah. Well, I don't
So,
know if she could.
or she really would be good at it. She probably
Right.
would be if she wanted to be.
Right.
But I don't think she was to run, so I don't think she would be all that great. Now, Obama, of course, that's all up in his wheelhouse. He was able to do both of those
Yeah.
kinds of speeches.
But I can't do it for you.
No.
Right. They can't take all of that and put it on a crown on somebody else's head and say, go vote for that.
No,
person.
they can't. They can't.
And that just
No.
doesn't work.
No.
You got to be able to deliver. And I just,
It's
another thing is too, I think she pivoted off of her main point and then came back to it at the end, which was women's rights. I think she kills it with that, and she should have just stuck to it the whole way. At some point, she started trying to get into what her other policies are, and they were kind of muddy. And I'm going to give you some money to start a house, and it just became, Then she tried a little bit of tit for tat. That didn't work. Then she came back with the Beyonce thing.
Well, they were killing her though because they were saying, "Well, she's not being specific. She don't have any policies. What is she?" And so she had to, she had.
No,
to
she didn't. No, she didn't.
How do you not talk about that?
I mean, I'm just saying, don't let that derail you from what it is you're winning at. If you're winning, keep winning.
I don't know.
It's like Trump. It's like Trump. He was winning. They kept saying, stick to the policies, stick to the. And he was like, no, I do what I do. And
but you can't do. She can't do what he does. I mean,
no, but I'm saying that he sticks to what works for him. What was working for her,
long,
stuck with it.
Long, crazy speeches.
I can't believe we're Monday morning quarterbacking her.
Long, crazy speeches.
Quarterback his ass.
Well, I mean, if you do that, you also got to
do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you do that, it'll always end with it worked. So you could Monday morning quarterback what you want, but the end of that will be and it worked.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's like can't believe here we are.
That's why I really do feel for particularly there's the black women. I think they put their all into this.
Yeah,
and they're the ones that are hurting the most.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's like these were your people. Stick with your people. Stop going all over and all these other things.
But she got 92 to 7. I don't. You know what? I just don't think there was anything that she could do to make the black men get to the level of the black.
Exactly. So why even bother with him? That's what I'm saying. Why even bother with him?
So what should she have done then?
She should have really worked that thing with women, and then the white women would have came over, which would have made up for the black man and the Latino men. I don't know. I mean, I'm Monday morning quarterback. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not looking at the polls and all these things. I just don't. She was never going to shame black men into voting for her.
Well, and she never did. Now, maybe her surrogates tried to,
Yeah, exactly.
Like Obama probably tried that.
No.
But there's, because like I said, I don't know. Do you ever listen to what is it, WAOK?
Yeah, the AM radio.
The people that call into that, the dudes that call into that show. Those are the ones. They are every day the same dudes calling into that show. Those are the dudes that she had to contend with. There's
Yeah.
no winning them kind of dudes. I'm sorry. I mean, they be saying some off the chain stuff on that station.
Oh man, you know, but
All
what you
right.
gonna do, man? Well, here, let me just say one more thing. Ultimately, the economy actually killed her.
Mm,
I
I
know,
think they use.
I know.
I think it was used against her to kill her, but it
Yeah,
wasn't. It
yeah.
wasn't her. The economy
I,
ain't
I,
bad.
we've had this discussion
I know,
before.
but I'm telling you, now the Trump one, it's going to magically be good.
Oh, it's going to be
It's like
fantastic.
the greatest thing ever.
Yes, he's going to. I brought us back. And
No,
blah, blah, blah,
it's already great now
blah, blah,
because
blah.
he's already claiming it's great now because, well, see,
They knew us coming.
just the mere fact that I won, everybody's feeling better.
Yeah,
That's complete and utter bull.
whatever. It don't matter. He got
No, it
4
doesn't matter.
years.
But
He got
except
4 years.
the facts should matter, but absolutely they don't.
They never matter. But enjoy 2025, guys.
No, enjoy
Economy wise.
Yeah, well,
It'll last. I
until he
think
starts
we will
putting
have
these weird tariffs.
until the tariff. Yeah, about to say until the tariffs come.
And
Tariffs.
also, as we were saying earlier today, the lack of regulation on things like AI are going to really be telling. There's going to be some great stuff that happens, and there's going to be some completely catastrophic stuff that's going to.
I can't believe nobody ever asked a question to either one of these candidates about AI, which is the biggest thing that's going to happen to us in our lifetime.
Yeah, but see,
and it wasn't even a question, not one question.
Well, let me ask you. There's a couple of reasons why, of course. The folks that that are all about AI don't want it to be top of mind. Mainly, like, let's face it, most people don't know what the hell it is or what it's going to do anyway. So they don't want it brought up. They don't want any speculation. They don't want any scrutinization going on because they want to just let it keep going status quo because that means they have more power and control over it. The last thing they wanted was that to be made a big deal. Plus,
the biggest deal.
How can it compete with inflation and food prices and immigration?
It could have.
There's no way it was going to get brought up.
It garners at least a question. That's all I'm saying. You got 2 hours on stage. Can we just get one question?
Oh, the gibberish that would have come from both sides on that.
Well, that would have been very telling, I think.
Yeah, but see, you know, your boy Elon, jumping on stage with Trump, so he automatically got the tech bros and everybody that's going to make a killing off of this. So
let me say something about Elon.
Okay.
Let me say something about Elon.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Because everybody forgets this. All right. President Biden decided to have a conference about electric vehicles with all the major vehicle manufacturers and intentionally left Elon off the list. That is why Elon
that was a huge mistake.
Threw his money on the other side. The dumbest thing ever.
Yep, that was a huge mistake. No,
huge.
Yep, and Elon's investment in Trump was the best investment he'll ever make in his entire life.
Oh, big time, man. Big time. He's going to be so, but also at the same time, I really think this is going to be the spike in the Kool-Aid. I don't think those two are going to work together for long very well because neither one of them are good at sharing power.
Well, yeah, especially Trump. He doesn't like when anybody
Elon's not good at it either.
Yeah, but Trump is the worst.
Yeah, Trump is the worst.
He doesn't like when anybody gets in his limelight.
I can't see Elon playing second fiddle for long.
He won't need to. He'll get what he wants, and
I hope so.
He'll get what he wants, and then he'll just concentrate on that. He doesn't want to be in the administration answering directly to Trump. Are you kidding me?
He said he's going to give him a position, a cabinet position. We'll see.
Yeah, which will be a part-time position for Elon because he's got
he's got too much going on.
Tesla, SpaceX,
You've got way too much going on.
X.AI. I mean,
this is, oh my
he
God.
just needed a pipeline. That's all. He just needed a communication. So there it is.
This is such a nightmare. Oh my God. But hey.
No, the nightmare begins with the cabinet. I can't wait to see what we get with that.
Oh, what that's literally going to be a clown car. I mean, literally going to be a clown car.
But this is what America wants. So
yeah, America got exactly what it deserves. Congratulations, America.
Yeah.
Good luck with it. Like a friend of mine said, John, how does your life change? I'm like, yeah, it's not going to change too much. I have options, but everybody don't have options. Everybody doesn't have options.
No, that's the sad fact. I mean, and this week, after that happened, anybody who had stocks or 401ks or anything like that, you saw a noticeable bump up.
Yep.
So even when you might be unhappy with the end result, at least there's some kind of silver cloud lining around the cloud. Just gird your loins. That's all I can say. For 4 years, and I don't want to hear anybody say anything when stuff starts screwing up, and like he starts acting a clown and doing all sorts of things. Like NATO is probably gone. If I were if I were our quote unquote friends in Europe, yeah, it's done. And
but
your boy,
you know what? No, go ahead. You're getting ready to go there. And your boy.
I was gonna Zelensky in Ukraine. You might as well just already start making.
I didn't
plans.
like that. I didn't like that war. I was not for it. I mean,
who likes the war?
No. I'm saying day one, I was like, we should not be involved.
Okay.
Day one, so I was like, this ain't got nothing to do with me and you.
Oh, all right. So, damn. I mean, the whole history thing is amazing to me because if you go to World War II, when we were bombed by Pearl Harbor, guess what? We had a coalition of countries that were our friends that we fought side by side with. We just celebrated the 80th anniversary of D-Day. We don't do that alone. We don't do that alone without London or England and France.
What's that got to do with Ukraine?
That's the United Nations was started directly after it is a grouping of countries that said if one gets attacked, we all work with them. We got each other's back.
I agree.
That's what it was. That's what this is. So,
but what's that got to do with Ukraine?
Ukraine is getting attacked by who? Russia. Who is Russia? One of our biggest.
The people that used to own them, you mean?
No, even before that. No, before. You think Russia was owned all that stuff before? We're not talking just 80 years ago. We're talking hundreds of years ago.
I'm just saying. Look, bro. That had nothing to do. That had nothing to do with it. I'm not saying the European.
The only time that countries came together to help another country was us with World War II. Mm-hmm. And so
now Ukraine.
When it happens to them,
Ukraine.
Yeah, because that's because we haven't had a big a country come over and invade another country in like 75 years.
All right. Anyway,
so when we get attacked again, and it could happen, you just can't expect other countries to come fall in behind us like they did back then, because we apparently are not going to do that for other countries.
Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying
nobody likes
NATO. I'm not saying NATO is a bad thing or being part of NATO. I'm separating the NATO part. NATO was drug in to this because
if Ukraine goes down, Poland is on the firing line, and maybe. Poland is a NATO neighbor. NATO
then that's
member.
When you get involved.
Well, you get it. I would assume Poland would say, we don't want them getting a chance to invade us, so let's do what we can to stop them before they come to us.
Okay,
that's what it's all about.
I'm not down with that. We were in the middle of cleaning
And
up
we weren't
from the
even putting
worst.
any bodies out there. It was just money.
No, it's just money.
Yeah,
Like
just
how
money.
how much money have we put out there?
It's definitely several hundred billion. But
Okay.
guess what?
Like we
That
got
money,
it.
that money was never meant to be a part of anything else. We're not missing out because
Whatever.
that money is being used.
I'm
It's
not.
called a
I'm not.
budget. The
I'm
budget
not
is
being
made.
sold on this one.
I know, because you got. Please, folks, please do our history here, because
I'm not.
this is where we get. This is where stuff can get really messy. When you
I
think,
know.
oh, we're just playing over here. Oh, why are we giving them money? Because we've forgotten what happened 50 or 60 years ago. And that's when you start repeating stuff.
I'm not.
And that's what we're about to find out, because this guy
this
is
not
even
about
worse.
NATO. It's now about NATO. But had
always
we
about
not jumped in, I think
in.
yeah, jumped
Oh
in.
my God, this is really this is the kind of stuff that I would expect to hear from, the folks who are the Make America Great Again folks, America First folks, who don't care what goes on in the world. That's a dangerous kind of line.
Here's the deal. I think one thing is we should have had this conversation 4 years ago, 3 years ago, whenever that started. Then it would make it more
started before
sense.
when Russia invaded Crimea. This is back when your boy was president.
Right.
And a lot of people are saying, well, why didn't the world jump in when he grabbed Crimea? So now he went from Crimea to going to mainline Ukraine. This is why Poland knows exactly what was going to happen, because once he comes over there, he's
how much
going
have we spent? How much have we spent?
Comparatively speaking, about a cup of coffee compared to what it.
How much? But I'm saying, how much did you say? Because you had a number.
Hundreds of billions, I'm sure. Hundreds of billions.
So here we are, hundreds of billions of dollars later, and we're gonna just give it away.
Yeah, because your boy is going to say, forget it.
I know, because of an election.
This is
now.
It's not just because of the election. It's because Zelensky back in 2020, when Trump asked them to say, hey, I want you to just say that you are investigating Biden and his son.
Impeachment number 1.
And he said, we can't. There's nothing to investigate. He's been on his list since. This is another one of these vengeance ploys here, folks.
Oh, absolutely.
So as soon as he gets the zero money will not be coming.
He said he was going to end the war before he takes office.
Yeah, and he will absolutely will, because that's the one he's gonna do, because all he has to do is say, we're not giving another dime. And Russia is going to take it over, and that's the end of the war.
Yeah,
that's not the way it should end, but that's the way it's going to end.
And there goes all of our money.
Yeah, because of vengeance. Because this guy is mad at that guy for not helping him win an election by lying. True, that's it. That's it. So this is how it's going to be. We're about to enter a very transactional world. Where if you don't do something for him, he definitely ain't going to do something for you. That's just the way it's going to be, folks. So we need to be ready. We need to be ready. The transactional world is here, folks.
Who needs to be ready, though? America?
Well, everybody.
I mean, are we really?
We're about to be aligned with
the other side,
North Korea,
the other side,
and China.
Yeah, they're flipping sides.
It's crazy. The only one that he will maintain being mad or against is Iran. He hates them.
Iran.
And I don't know what they did to him. They didn't give him money or something. But he is.
They didn't say they like his hair.
They ain't alone, weren't they? I mean,
they all say I have the greatest hair ever.
Okay. Anyway, we're in for a show.
I know. I'll tell you one thing. I'm not going to let him take over my life like last time.
No, I'm not watching the news.
I'm not going to be. I'm worried about his tweets.
Blissfully ignorant. Nope. I'm going to be blissfully ignorant.
With that.
I'm not watching any of that stuff.
It's
been a nice couple of days not watching
right
news,
a little reprieve.
you feel like nothing has changed, actually.
Nothing has, honestly. Nothing's changed.
Well, we'll see. I'm sure things will get our attention, But as for right now, I don't even want to know who's going to be in the cabinet. I don't want to none of those hideous names that we'll be hearing. I don't want to hear them. I just want to live blissfully ignorant of all that stuff.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy your weekend.
I am
folks
officially done ranting.
Me too.
I
got that off my chest. I'm so happy.
I'm so glad we got football and basketball right now. I got plenty of stuff, some good stuff on Netflix. By the way, my sister told me about this show. Have you heard about this show on Netflix? It's called 60 Days In. And it's like where these reformed criminals that spent time in jail, they recruit a bunch of them to go back into all these jails to see exactly what the conditions are. And it's it's been going.
Dude.
But this is why I'm going to watch it. My sister was like, this season they're in your prison, Henry County Prison.
Oh, it's really.
So I got to see what's going on in my prison.
Okay, hold on a second, because we need to talk about this. Of all the things, we need to talk about whoever decided they were going to reformat. Oh, did we talk already about the damn Netflix menu?
Yeah, you already talked about that.
Did you? You haven't seen it yet.
I didn't notice any big difference.
You didn't go on your TV.
I did. I was watching it today.
And you didn't see that there was one big screen and only two little sidebars that you could see?
Yeah, not that big a deal to me.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, I pick my battles.
Okay. Well,
I like the fact that my show is back. The Lincoln Lawyer is back with the third year, and the Diplomat is back for the second year. I got some good stuff to watch, and they got this Tyson versus this Paul guy. Mike Tyson is fighting again. Oh God, this is amazing.
Oh boy.
I wouldn't be surprised if Trump shows up at the fight.
Oh, he's probably going to be the ring announcer.
Yeah. What do you think, Herschel Walker, Secretary of State?
Well, yeah. Why not? Why not?
Hey, why not?
Stupid as a fucking brick.
Just keep him away from the werewolves and the what's the other thing?
Oh my God, he's so stupid. He's so stupid. And I don't think you probably remember, but he was on The Apprentice.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, okay, that's right. You didn't. He was on The Apprentice, and just his idiot. He's such an idiot. He's such a grown-up child. It's ridiculous. My Lord, man. How do people? I mean, literally. I get it. You can run with a ball. This is one of them things. Just to go to show you, if you can run with a ball, they will let you through every door just because you can run with a ball. Because this guy is so dumb.
Hey, you're talking about our next Secretary of State now.
He's a dummy. He's a complete dummy.
It's good to be able to laugh at some of this stuff. You just need to laugh a little bit.
A complete dummy.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
All right. Well, I can't wait to watch some football, get away from the news, and just put myself in front of a multi-view of football and basketball, folks. That's how I'm going to do the next 5 years, 4 years, or whatever.
Good luck.
Multi-viewing the hell out of sports.
Good luck, because I'm sure he'll interject himself in there just like he did last time.
Please just kill me now. Anyway, we will talk to you next week. We hope you have a great weekend and try to enjoy yourself as much as possible. See ya.